It's no secret that boxing is one of the riskiest sports in the world. From fights in the ring reaching terrifying heights to murders involved in the sport, the boxing world has seen scandals of all intensities. Stay tuned to find out about the most controversial boxers of all time and the gruesome things they've done. First, Ray Mancini's devastating fight against Dooku Kim. Let's start with one of the most controversial matches in the boxing world. In November 1982, Ray Mancini stepped into the ring to defend his WBA lightweight title against South Korean legend Dooku Kim. Little did the boxers know that the heavily anticipated match would drastically change the trajectory of the boxing world forever. Eager to find out what happened in the ring that day? We'll tell you all about it. A crowd of 10,000 fans gathered at Caesar's Palace to watch Mancini fight Kim. The fighters were under immense pressure as the show was broadcasted on a nationwide scale through CBS. As soon as the opening bell rang, the fighters went toe-to-toe with no intention of slowing down. Trading blows after blows without backing off caused boxing analysts to worry about the grave circumstances. How many rounds did this match go for? Mancini ferociously knocked out Kim with a sharp left hook in the 14th round. Kim had never made it past the 12th round and fell into a coma right after the brawl with Mancini ended. Did he ever wake up? Unfortunately, after being diagnosed with a subdural hematoma and undergoing brain surgery, Kim passed away. Blaming himself for Kim's demise, Mancini fell into depression. Even though his opponent's death was an accident, the heartbreaking incident led to Mancini being crowned as one of the most controversial boxers of all time. Ray Boom Boom Mancini was never the same and retired from boxing in 1992. Next, Carlos Monzon proved guilty of murdering his wife in 1988. Everyone who loves boxing knows what an amazing fighter Carlos Monzon was. The hard-hitting boxer gained the title of world middleweight after beautifully knocking out Benvenuti in 1970. Suffering only 3 losses in his entire career, Monzon further proved to be successful in 14 title defenses before retiring from the sport in 1977. Eventually, the Argentine fighter was elected to the Boxing Hall of Fame in 1983. While his accomplishments in the ring are indeed praiseworthy, his rotten personality outside it isn't. What flaws did Monzon have? When it came to Carlos, there was never a moment of peace in his life. Something scandalous was always brewing. After his retirement, issues about his personal life began to surface. The boxing star got caught up in rumors about domestic abuse and alcohol addiction. These proved to be true when his first wife shot him, and several businesses under him began to fail. Furthermore, Monzon murdered his partner, Alicia Muniz, by throwing her off the second-floor balcony at a party after beating her up. The boxer threw himself down with her to avoid becoming a suspect in the murder case. However, the disgusting fighter showed no remorse as he was announced guilty of his wife's murder and sentenced to 11 years in jail. Monzon's aggressive and violent personality led him to pick fights with reporters and family members quite often. Carlos Monzon, one of the most controversial and terrifying boxing stars, died at the age of 52 in a brutal car accident. Up next, Floyd Mayweather is no stranger to humiliating controversies. Floyd Mayweather, known as the best ever, has experienced a fair share of criticisms for always being the center of a controversy. While he's praised for being one of the wealthiest boxing champions of his generation, his scandalous nature brings negative attention to him and the sport. The pound-for-pound boxer spent numerous months in prison after facing charges of domestic violence. In addition to this, Mayweather was accused of planning the kidnapping of his former employees. Why was he blamed for doing so? Even though the case remains unsolved, Mayweather ordered 2 former employees to be assaulted and kidnapped after he doubted they cheated him. However, Mayweather's biggest controversy is related to his biggest rival in the boxing world, named Manny Pacquiao. What happened between these two fighters? Let's find out. Pacquiao and Mayweather stepped into the boxing ring for a brawl in 2015. Even though the unanimous decision ruled in favor of Mayweather and declared him the winner, it didn't put an end to their rivalry. Why could this be? This is because Floyd put out a hateful video passing racist remarks toward Manny on his social media account. What did Mayweather say? Floyd unapologetically referred to Manny as a yellow chump and threatened to stomp him. He proceeded to humiliate Pacquiao and say he should make him sushi. The immature and racist video received heavy criticism from the National Federation of Filipino American Association. To counter this, Mayweather posted a video with an apology the very next day. Now an insight into Ike Abeyabuchi's mad world. No matter how many rings a boxer finds themselves combined in, the biggest cage is the mind. Ike Mike Charles Ibiabuchi is one of the finest Nigerian boxers in the heavyweight division. Ibiabuchi set a record for throwing impressive punches in a 12-round fight with his opponent, David Tua, boasting a career of 20-0 with 15 knockouts. As mind-blowing as that is, sadly, Ike's boxing career started in 1994 and ended in 1999 due to his mental illness becoming worse. What illness did Ibiabuchi suffer from? The Nigerian boxer is known to suffer from bipolar disorder, showing signs of violent behavior with sudden outbursts and emotional instability. Ibiabuchi's controversies differ from other boxers. The spine-chilling incidents gave us goosebumps. A couple of months after being victorious in the match against Tua, Ike kidnapped his girlfriend's son and drove the car into a concrete pillar. What happened next? After suffering various injuries, doctors said that the boy could never walk normally again. According to the court, Ibiabuchi's act was a suicide attempt, and he was imprisoned for 120 days after causing injuries and kidnapping the child. What more did Ike do? At a dinner in New York for a deal with HBO, Ibiabuchi waved a huge knife in the faces of guests and slammed it into the table. In addition to these horrifying events, he was finally arrested in 1999 after assaulting another woman in Las Vegas. How did social media and political controversies impact Muhammad Ali's boxing career? Whether someone is a fan of boxing or not, everyone knows about Muhammad Ali's legacy. Born with the name of Cassius Marcellus Clay, he changed his name to Muhammad Ali after joining the Nation of Islam. Muhammad Ali secured his first heavyweight title by defeating Sonny Liston in 1964. After defending his prestigious title a total of 9 times between 1965 and 1967, he faced the biggest controversy of his entire career. Ready to find out what it was? Sit tight, because we're about to tell you all about it. The outspoken boxer had a vibrant and daring personality. Muhammad Ali joined the Nation of Islam and defied orders from the United States government to join the armed forces. Failure to follow these orders led to Muhammad Ali losing his license to fight, and all the prestigious boxing titles were taken away from him. This came as a great shock to everyone, because Muhammad Ali was at the peak of his career and one of the most loved boxers around the globe at the time. By solidifying how strongly he was against the Vietnam War, Muhammad Ali became one of the most respected boxers and public figures in the world. Did he ever fight again? The answer is yes. After winning against Joe Frazier in 1947, Ali regained his title. However, after losing only 3 fights in his career out of 59, Muhammad Ali retired in 1979. Sadly, he passed away on June 3, 2016 due to Parkinson's disease. Next, an overview of Mike Tyson's most popular controversies. We've saved the best for last. So far, we've established that everyone in the boxing world has faced a scandal or two, or 4. However, when it comes to jaw-dropping controversies, there's one name on everyone's mind. Any idea who it might be? We'll tell you that it's none other than the infamous Mike Tyson. From domestic abuse allegations to serving jail time for being a rapist, we'll uncover all that he has done in the video. After becoming one of the wealthiest personalities of the boxing world, Mike Tyson married his first wife, Robin Givens. After she announced her pregnancy, later she suffered a miscarriage, and after a few months revealed in an interview that her married life with Tyson was pure hell. What more did she say? Givens further revealed that he pushed and took swings at her. What did Tyson have to say about this? He never denied any of it. In the book Fire and Fear, the inside story of Mike Tyson, he admitted that one of the best punches he'd ever thrown was toward Givens. We're so shocked and disgusted at how proudly he admits to that. Furthermore, Tyson was arrested for raping an 18-year-old model named Desiree Washington in a hotel room located in Indianapolis. This mighty boxer faced 6 years in prison, followed by 4 long years of probation for his crime. Out of everyone we've discussed, we think Mike Tyson seems to have the evilest intentions of them all. That's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Are there any other controversial boxers you wish were a part of this video? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.